The quarterbacks have a huge role, as you move through, the next 4 months because, they have to be the leader of the team. So how they work on their own and how they, voluntarily grab guys up and say, let's go throw or let's go do this or let's go do that. That's a lot. They've got a lot on their shoulders. And so they're going to have to do that. But I think, again, just repetitions and, but we pointed out to them some things that, that we felt strongly that they needed to, work on, even as detailed as just the leadership of, how they're going to do, what are they going to do to get the rest of the team to rally behind them, little things like that. So.
Is it for certain that it'll be August before you make a call?
Philip, unless something drastic happens, I don't anticipate us being ready to make a decision before sometime in 2 days. I don't see it. And again, you never say never, but again, it's I would have to see a clear-cut, definitive change, and that would be hard for us to do since we're not going to be out there.
I know we always ask you about the quarterbacks if there's an order there, but do you kind of come up with an order at every position, and do you tell people where they are going into the summer? And you sit down with them and kind of.
Yeah, we have what we call exit interviews, and we are very candid about where every player stands in terms of relationship to other players competing for jobs, what we think they need to work on individually that we thought that they were, that it's important that they improve. And, tell them what they were great at, too, what they were good at, and to try to continue on that path as well to develop their game. And so, guys become good at football in parts. They don't just become good at everything all at once. So, you got to give them an idea of where they're at. I'm good on, releases in my pass routes, but I'm not good at the top of the route, coming out of the break, so this is what you really need to focus on, as you work on your own. So little things like that, you can go detailed into every position like that, and that's what we try to do.
How much does it help? Coach Chizik talked about having kind of exit interviews where you kind of sit down with the coaches and they kind of tell you some things they're looking for. How much does that help you as a player, kind of getting a feel for where you stand and what you need to work on?
I mean, that's huge because, the only thing we can do is exactly what you think, is give it everything we got, trust in them, do whatever they tell us to do, and not worry about that. But at the same time, we are human beings. I want to know where I'm at. I want to know what I did wrong, in depth, instead of just on the fly, going through spring ball, trying to get all these young guys ready. I want to know where I'm at, from Coach Malzahn's standpoint, one-on-one, and so that's huge. I mean, I really don't, I'm a little unsure on what he's going to say, so it'd be good. Eliminate the doubt, let me know exactly where I stand. That's huge.
Are they kind of? Oh, sorry. Are they kind of brutally honest in those exit?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's it's something you got to approach mentally strong. That's one of the things that they prepare us for. When they say they're getting us mentally ready, is just everything, and that's one of the ones where they attack you. They tell you everything. They're very honest, and then they come back with a positive reinforcement. They're not. Completely mean about it, but they're just brutally honest. They tell you every fault you have, every positive that you have.
You decided, okay, I'm going to do this again.
I think I was sitting at home just talking to my mom, just watching the season. I'm like, I came up to a couple of games with Sean Coleman, like, I'm starting to get in the field again. I miss it, bro. I really miss it. He was like, just start by working out with Sean, and I talked to Coach Chizik and tell him I'm thinking about giving another shot. He said, "Just, are you serious? I really give you a chance to come back here."
Watching Sean go through everything he did, seeing him kind of working towards that. What did that do to you?
That pushed me to a whole nother level. Like after I saw him still fight, actually that same thing happened to him. He had no interest till he ready to go off to school, and for him to get that, a lot of people just folded and just gave up, but he stuck in there. He was like, ain't nothing gonna stop him from doing what he wanna do, let's play football next level. And that's my guy. We both from Memphis, and I talk to him almost every day. And when I talk to him every time he leave therapy, I would talk to him to see how it go, and he just kept me up humble. I was like, I gotta do it. If he can do it, I know I can do it. My situation wasn't that severe like his, but I said I can't just give up like that.
You said Nick who?
Oh, I seen the freshman over there on the sideline with his hat. And he was in the locker room. What's his name? From Gabe.
Yeah.
And he got Nick Who on his hat. I said, son, that hat is gonna cause you many.
That's what he wore when he committed.
Oh yeah, I seen it.
TV.
I said, you write a big check, son.
I know it's been a whirlwind for you, but how much fun was it to get this one under your belt?
Oh man, I was standing out there Saturday, and I'm standing in the corner, and I'm just taking it all in by myself, and the fight song started playing. I started getting chill bumps. I mean, just because of, when I heard, it's been a while since I've been on that field and heard the fight song. It's actually been since I played, and it was just, you stood back and you just took it all in. But at the same time, I know it's a job got to be done, and you can't explain the excitement that I have just coaching every day. You never take it for granted, because in our profession, 1 year you one place and the next year you could be somewhere else. So, the journey to get me here, I don't ever take one day for granted. One day it could be my last. It could be, you just never know in this profession. So, I take one day and I run with it. And that's what I did every day this spring. You just take one day and have the most fun that you can have out there doing that day. Because that's one thing I realized, that getting here and just the journey to get here, was, moving 7 times and, actually being in a high school, you don't ever take it for granted. So to ask me did I have a great time was an understatement. I had a blast. And that's how I plan to just do it to the day I die.